Being an American means hoping for a better tomorrow.
Pride.
To have hope.
Being an American means kindness.
Inclusion.
Being an American means looking out for the good in people.
Everyone has value.
Justice for all.
Being an American means helping your fellow man.
Opportunity.
Being an American means equality.
Acceptance.
Feeling my potential.
Being an American means working for a common good.
To have compassion.
Respect for all kinds.
Honoring my ancestors, my people, and my country.
Good evening, America. I am America, and this is Every Vote Counts.
A very special night celebrating the simple fact that every vote counts.
And every vote must be counted.
Yes.
At our core, we are a government by the people, for the people. And right now, it's important that all of us, regardless of party, live that truth.
Patriotism isn't political, and tonight we stand together as mothers and daughters, as fathers and sons, as people, showing up for each other, whatever your political beliefs. And when we all vote, we move toward the equality, justice, and truth that we as Americans so urgently need.
So tonight, please enjoy a celebration of our democracy, of liberty, and of our commitment as Americans to being involved. For the next hour, we'll meet voters from across the country, we'll hear music from incredible artists, and we'll learn how our joyful participation creates meaningful change. Because our power is in our action.
It's my first time voting in a presidential election.
It's my first time.
It's my first time casting my ballot from London.
To all the new 18-year-olds out there, like me, who can vote for the first time this year, do it.
I'm now a certified voter. I just voted.
Voting for the first time feels empowering.
I am here. I am here.
This is my first time voting as a transgender woman. I'm so excited because I represent my community and I'm voting for you.
As a member of the Ho-Chunk Nation, I need more people like me and like my fellow tribal members to be in places like Congress and to see people that look like me and know the struggles that I go through on a daily basis.
I'm a 23-year-old female Marine Corps veteran, and voting in this election means so much to me because there were times when I couldn't. I voted because I was African American, and I couldn't because I was female. Voting in America means that I get to play a part in the country that I served and the country that I love.
What we just do? We voted! If you care about yourself, your family, and your friends, and our future, vote.
Get out here and get to them polls.
I'm proud I voted now. That definitely won't be the last time. Make sure you get out and vote. Only you can make the change.
Just vote.
I wonder if I'm being real. Do I speak my truth or do I filter how I feel? I wonder, wouldn't it be nice to live inside a world that isn't black and white? I wonder what it's like to be my friends. Hope that they don't think I'll forget about them. I wonder, yeah. Right before I close my eyes, the only thing that's on my mind, been dreaming that you fit there too. I wonder what it's like to be loved by you. Yeah, I wonder what it's like. I wonder what it's like to be loved by you. Why am I so afraid of saying something wrong and never said I was a saint? I wonder When I cry into my hands, I'm conditioned to feel like it makes me less of a man. And I wonder if someday you'll be by my side. Tell me that the world will end up alright. I wonder, right before I close my eyes, the only thing that's on my mind, been dreaming that you read it too. I wonder what it's like to be loved by you. Yeah, I wonder what it's like. I wonder what it's like to be loved by. I wonder what it's like to be loved like you. Yeah, I wonder what it's like to be loved like you. I wonder what it's like to be loved by you.
The first time I was eligible to vote, Grandma gets on the bus and she's like, come with me. And we went to our polling precinct, and on the way she told the stories about how important it is to vote.
Fill out and sign the identification envelope, check. We cannot pass up any opportunity to allow our voices to be heard. Our forefathers gave their lives.
And here we are.
Election 2020 in the history.
Done! Coming up, Leonardo DiCaprio, Amy Schumer with Chris Rock, and an emotional performance from Dan and Shay.
Talent is equally spread around the world. No matter where you are, young people are talented. What is missing is access to education and opportunities. Burkina Faso is in the heart of Africa. It's a landlocked country. The number of young people is quite high, very high. So it means education is needed, especially high education or access to high education is missing.
The students love working with Webex, a video conference system which enables us to bring this world-class knowledge to the students of Burkina. For us, the internet, especially video conferencing with the Webex, is very important because it's the modern way of teaching.
The way to be remoted and then to be able to attend our class via video conference, it is an enormous win for these young people.
So the idea behind is that we want to help the people and the students to develop some entrepreneurial ideas. So when they finish university, they're not going to any state deployment, but can build up an own enterprise.
We are looking for talents worldwide. So we don't want to get the good people out of Africa. No, we want to educate them where they are and really help them to build sustainable products.
If you want to inspire, you have to create an example. And the building is meant to be itself an example. It is the mark of the future. It's full of young people. And if we give opportunities to these young people, then the world will benefit from their creativity. For sure. The next Bill Gates, the next Tesla, I'm totally convinced is coming from Africa.
Cisco Webex is proud to be a presenting partner of Every Vote Counts, a celebration of democracy.
That ballot of yours, the right to mark it up with your hopes and dreams, that was fought for. It didn't include most Americans when voting began in this country. It left out just about everyone who wasn't a white, male landowner. But we fought to broaden the hope and the scope of your ballot. A civil war was won for freedoms. Soon after, the 15th Amendment gave African American men the right to cast that ballot, but not women. So they marched and died for the 19th Amendment. And when our Black, brown, Asian, and indigenous sisters and daughters and wives were left out, we marched again and again to overcome the horrors of Jim Crow with the 24th Amendment. And we didn't stop. If 18-year-olds could fight and die in a war, then the 26th Amendment said they should be able to vote too. You see, that sacred ballot of yours was written in blood, sweat, and tears. So mark it up with your hopes and your dreams. Keep history and progress on the march.
Our democracy should work for everyone, but it takes everyone's participation. We need to be active. So whether Tuesday is your first time voting in an election, or your 21st, no matter your gender, your sexual orientation, the color of your skin, or your heritage, your vote matters. Please go out and vote. Make sure your voice is heard.
I'm so thrilled to be in conversation with all of these inspiring Americans. For two of them, next Tuesday will be their very first time voting. Our other illustrious panelist, it will be her 21st time voting in a presidential election. So please welcome Carolina Hidalgo McCabe, Michael Franklin, and Beatrice Lumpkin, who was so determined that her voice be heard this election that she had a homemade hazmat suit to make sure that she could drop off her ballot. Will you tell us why it was so important for you to have your voice be heard?
It's 100 years since women won the legal right to vote, and we're still not equal. Women's rights are an issue in this election, and voting gives us power.
Carolina, have you voted yet?
Yes, my grandfather at the age of 21 fled a dictatorship to come to the United States. And we both said that we were voting for each other. For him, his issue area right now is climate change. And for me, it's his Social Security and social services. It's been this beautiful connection between generations that just gives me hope. And for me, voting comes down to respect for everyone around me.
What does it mean to be an American and to be part of that we the people?
We can change things that are wrong if we stay involved, stay in the process after the vote.
Michael, talk to me about what it means to be part of that we the people.
I'm Black, I'm queer, and I was a part of the folks that built this country for what it is today. I think of the folks who don't get the acknowledgement and knowing that I'm living out their wildest dreams.
I wish that I could reach through this screen and hug every single one of you. I am voting for me and I'm voting for my children, but I'm also voting for each of you. I'm really, really, really grateful that you created this time to celebrate with us. And I thank you for your votes.
One of the most important pieces of advice I give young artists is to make sure that their voices are heard. But that's not just for the music industry. Being heard is what we all must strive for, especially when we are facing such important decisions that will impact lives all across the country, including our own loved ones. I know some of you have questions. I know I always do. That's okay. So if you've never voted before, or if it's been a while, or if you're nervous about what to expect this time around, do not worry. Here is a guide for everything you need to go out and vote. Please vote.
Hey, it's me, Amy.
Hey!
What's up? How's your pandemic?
Listen, I can't really talk right now. I'm getting ready to vote.
What do you mean you're getting ready? Like what do you have to bring?
Just the kind of stuff you bring when you're gonna wait.
I think I'm good, actually.
But don't forget to bring your ID. Do you have that?
Oh, ID. Let me see. Oh, yep, right here.
No. You also need proof of address. Do you have that?
Not a problem. Check this out. Yeah, that's my house.
No. Just a piece of mail with your address on it. That's all.
Oh,
name and address. And bring a snack.
Snack? That's a good idea. What are we talking? Like a loaded baked potato or fresh guac bar?
Yeah.
And I heard that you could just go on headcount.org and make sure that you're registered and that there are no changes to your polling place. That's what I heard.
Yeah. Okay. Good luck out there.
You too.
Amy, what are you doing?
I'm getting my voting wrist ready.
Okay, so I really need to go. I got some friends waiting. We're gonna go vote together. It's gonna be so much fun.
Oh my God, yes! I'm coming. I'm gonna come with. Is that cool?
No!
I had my own plan anyway, so.
Yeah, okay, good.
Oh, Chris?
What?
I love you.
Okay, Amy, I love you too.
Woo! Count every vote.
Count every vote.
All across this country, many men and women who have been incarcerated and convicted of felonies have been told that they no longer have the right to vote, told that their voices no longer matter. And that's what this next incredible artist believed. But that was not the case. Most states have restored voting rights to those who believed they would never be able to cast a ballot. And recently, after he found out the truth, he proudly voted for the first time. Here's my friend, hip-hop superstar, Offset.
I took a couple of my dogs on a lick. Do or die, gotta survive, pay the rent. I was so broke that I could cry, I was sick. More than a while, so many trials, I ain't quit. All the people I robbed, I brought them down, I repent. Dirty the money, I let it drown, watch it cleanse. Selling these pounds 100 times, I jumped the fence. Breaking it down, I made a pound, turn to 10. Them hundreds ain't found, they in the ground, don't get spent. They in the ground, way back in the time, in black and brown, you get lynched. Black and brown. We was talking him down, he mugger frown if he flinched. Gun him down. See the pain in my eyes, I hold it down cause I'm rich. Hold it down. Living in the street, concrete, get rough street. I try to creep, we eat, gun bust. Think about my history, the back of the bus. Fought for the rights, but we still kill us. Trying not to be political, they were really do. Remember I was in the middle school with a fiddle too. Mama had the boy by herself, it was critical. Started with the, now pillar two. Hey, hit one lick, then I hit two. Kicking down the door, then I ran through. Sticks in the van, this ain't bamboo. I got rich, bought some land for my kids too. Take the risk for my fam for some damn food. Take my out to France, out to Cancun. My wrist like a dance at the splash pool. Money rule the off, evil but the cash rule. Some savages, they tryna clean up and they won't let them. Street done let my hustle cold, need a whole sweater. I was kicking in the back of doors, but I know better. You expose what you know, then you go get it. Soul what you reap, sleeping on my feet. Trust fund for my daughter's son, daddy play the seat. No bond when you do a crime, slavery repeats. Big money, they think we run in a treasury. Lost my homie, you keep on haunting me in my sleep. Lost my grandma, my whole family incomplete. Stabbed in my back 1,000,000 times, just deep. I was in the leaks doing trying for my seat. Broke, now I got 25 cars, it's a fleet. Take notes, make a bando to Ferrari, I can teach. Struggle with the pain, but I still turn out a beast. I got out the chain, now the world belong to me. I took a couple of my dogs on a lick. Do or die, gotta survive, pay the rent. I was so broke that I could cry, I was sick. More than a while, so many trials, I ain't quit. All the people I robbed, I brought them down, I repent. Dirty the money, I let it drown, watch it cleanse. Selling these pounds 100 times, I jumped the fence. Breaking it down, I made a pound, turn to 10. Them hundreds they found, they in the ground, don't get spent. Ay, they in the ground, way back in the time, in black and brown, you get lynched. Ay, black and brown, we was talking them down, he mugger frown, and he flinch. Gun him down, see the pain in my eyes, I hold it down, cause I'm rich. Hold it down.
Coming up, Lin-Manuel Miranda, Lizzo, and Maluma with Black Eyed Peas.
America is not just a country, it's a vision in which we all have the right to life, liberty, and happiness. It's a vision that has motivated generations of us to embrace our unapologetic dreams to create a more perfect union. In that pursuit, we have given our voices, our bodies, and our lives for justice, for safety, for health, for love, for equality, and for each other. When we stand together, we are bold, we are joyful, we are unstoppable. In this moment, we must make our voices heard, and our voice is our ballot, so let's use it. The 2020 election is now. Every vote counts. make a plan, and vote for our future.
Cisco Webex is proud to be a presenting partner of Every Vote Counts, a celebration of democracy.
Growing up, Election Day was special in my house. I would vote with my mother at our local library. When she cast her vote, she let me pull the final lever to make it count. Voting is the most powerful way to express who you are and what you care about. So this election season, shout it, sing it. Let the drum beats for America's future grow louder and louder, because Election Day is special for us all.
My great-great-grandmother was a slave. She took thoughts of freedom to her unmarked grave. Her daughter stood alongside sisters for rights that would never be hers in a lifetime. Revolution is embedded in my bloodline.
Waves of women crashing against the shorelines. Hear our voices say, we are ready and able to guide. We have made great strides. With a revolutionary number of women running for office, over 100 women sworn into the 116th Congress.
I pray, pray, pray that when the clouds break, the sun leaks and the people pour back into the streets, that my bones will recollect, will melt into one hot star and spin to the people's tunes with a quickness.
I am bright, I am whole, I sing with the birds in my trees. With a voice so soft, skyscrapers lean in to listen. I am a well full to the brim with new life.
This future is not easy. It will not come if we don't call it. It will not happen if we don't make it.
Cast that ballot like a candle burning with ancestral flame. It's the legacy they fought for.
We are in this undivided, our fists up, united. The future is waiting for us to write it. Vote!
Thank you for those wonderful poems, reminding me and all of us that wherever we're born, wherever we live on this incredible planet, elections are our best hope for a safe and sustainable future. So please, if you can vote, get out and vote. And if you can get out and vote, vote safely and wear a mask and all that stuff. And exercise your individual power and responsibility. Okay, here now for your pleasure is Dan and Shay.
I want to dedicate this song to my two little boys, Asher and Ames.
I talked to God about you, and I ain't even met you yet. Everybody's waiting on you here. I can't wait to feel your heartbeat when I lay you on my chest. I'm already holding back my tears. I wanna be the dad that my dad was. I hope that I don't mess this whole thing up. I pray you love like your mama, and you forgive just like she does. And when this life knocks you down, I hope you get down on your knees, 'cause that's what I do. That's what I do when I pray for you. Oh, when I pray for you. I know you're gonna grow up someday, but don't forget to take your time and take the time to call back home. It ain't always gonna be easy. It ain't always gonna be fair. I know you ain't always gonna need me, but I promise that I'll always be there. I pray you love like your mama, and you forgive just like she does. And when this life knocks you down, I hope you get down on your knees, 'cause that's what I do. That's what I do when I pray for you. Oh, when I pray for you. When I I pray for you.
I'm very excited to be joined by former Senators Tom Daschle and Bill Frist, members of Count Every Vote's National Council on Election Integrity. Senators, politically, you are from opposing parties, but you came together to put your names on an extremely powerful op-ed in the Washington Post entitled, "Counting the Votes Will Take Longer This Year. That's okay." Why will the 2020 vote count take longer, Senator Daschle?
COVID has really required that we look at this election and the logistics around it a lot differently. We expect that maybe as many as 70, 75 million Americans will be voting either by mail or absentee, and that will require an entirely different infrastructure.
It really boils down to the fact that we need to adjust our expectations for when we get results and then give the election officials the time that they need to do their jobs.
What is the responsibility of the media in this election to help stand with our democracy on that night and to instill trust in the American people that our democracy is working for us?
Well, that's such a good question, because I think in the past there's been sort of a competition to be the first to declare a winner. But this time I think it's really imperative for the media to resist the temptation to declare winners, especially if the votes haven't all been counted.
The misperception that is being projected by some that our election process is flawed, that it's full of mistakes to be made, that it has no integrity. It's just absolutely wrong.
This day and age, everybody has influence. Everybody has a network that they can reach with the right narrative, with the information that we learned here tonight, speaking to the two of you. Senator Frist, Senator Daschle, I can't thank you enough for taking the time to have this conversation with the American people. And for those of you watching from home, you can text PLEDGE to 31318 to ensure that every vote counts.
As a Black woman, I've often been made to feel like my voice doesn't matter. Constantly silenced, told to look different, sound different, be different. You may feel that same way right now, but listen up. That resistance, it pushed me, and it helped me discover my voice and use it to empower others to discover theirs.
I realized my voice mattered when, as a refugee in the US, I was given the opportunity to speak and share my community's struggle.
When I was a junior at Marquette University in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, John Kennedy came to visit our school, and it inspired me for the rest of my life. I served as often as I could in whatever capacity was available to me.
Ever since I was a little kid in Panama with a mom from Panama and a dad from Michigan, politics has been at my dinner table. Also growing up with cerebral palsy, I know what it means to face inequity in the way that the world is built.
I helped to organize a vigil in our small town for the victims of the Pulse nightclub shooting in Orlando. And not one of the leaders mentioned the word gay. I got up and I spoke the truth.
I realized my voice mattered when Gwen Araujo was brutally murdered for being who she was. My voice was critical for us to continue to move forward.
My family has lived in America for more than a century, and yet my 5-year-old son is still told to go back to his country. I want to leave my children a world of dignity and safety and equality, a world rooted in love.
Coming up, the passion of the Latinx vote, Salma Hayek Pino, Natalie Portman, and a special message from Coldplay.
Hi, my name is Jose Antonio.
I'm Maria Hinojosa.
My name is Hector Sanchez Flores.
My name is Jennifer Lopez, and I am a Puerto Rican American.
I'm Cuban American.
I am Eva Longoria, and I'm Mexican American.
Salvadoreña American.
I'm Wilmer, and I am Venezuelan Colombian American.
Democracy is not a noun, it's a verb.
And I especially want the Latino community to understand their power and to make their voices heard, to get loud.
32 million Latinos and Latinas. You know what we could do with this election?
That is our superpower. Our power is to vote and make our voices heard.
The minute I could vote, I was going to do it to make sure that I voted for things that affected my family.
I'm excited and proud to cast that vote on behalf of my mom and dad who gave up everything to have us here in America.
I expect respect and to be seen.
I want leadership.
Immigration is a big one for me because immigrants from around the world came to this land and brick by brick made it a country.
Access to higher education is really important. My name is Hector y mi voto cuenta.
I am Ana Flores and my vote counts.
My vote counts.
I'm Wilmer and my vote counts.
I'm Jennifer Lopez and my vote counts.
It is very exciting as Latinos that we are expected to vote in record numbers this year. Vamos a votar más que nunca. I voted because I believe in democracy. Creo en la democracia. I voted because I care for the future of our children. Es muy importante que pensemos en nuestros hijos y en lo que les viene cuando votamos. I voted because I am proud and I support my community. Porque sé que juntos somos más fuertes. And you know what else is really exciting? That we are about to watch Maluma and the Black Eyed Peas perform.
Can you feel the beat within my heart? Can't you see my love shine through the dark?
Maluma, baby.
I can feel it. Can you feel the beat? I can feel it. Can you feel the beat? Hey, baby, I can feel it. I feel the beat. Baby, I can feel it. Can you feel the beat? I can feel the beat. Can you feel the beat? I can feel the beat.
Cuando vimos en el ambiente, no le mete mucha mente. Pásalo con aguardiente y pa' que veas lo bueno que se siente. Y ella tiene un boom grande, pero natural. Ella dice que lo heredó de su mamá. Y yo se lo creo, porque por lo que veo, rompe la disco con ese meneo. Y yo se lo creo, ojalá me dé un chance, aunque sé que ya no creen romance, baby. Porque por lo que veo, rompe la disco con ese meneo. Y yo se lo creo, ojalá me dé un chance, aunque sé que ya no creen romance, baby.
Can you feel the beat? I can feel the beat. Can you feel the beat? I can feel the beat. Baby girl, you my superstar. You the light that I see. On my lap like a computer. Yeah, mama, shake your booty, I see. Mommy, look at how cute you are. Yeah, baby, give me your body. Let me do you like the way I wanna do ya. Yeah, mira, dice. Ay, tenga boom boom grande, pero natural. Then I'm from a doctor, cause she got on from her mom. Baby got a halo, and I can never say no, cause you got a booty like J-Lo. Girl, you got a halo, and I'm checking out your angles. You my sexy devil and my angel, baby. Can you feel the beat within my heart? Can you see my love shine through the dark?
Coming up, new American citizens vote for the first time, and Alicia Keys performs with Brandi Carlile.
We live in a system of people power. That's literally what democracy means. People, that's us. Power, that's what we got. And we determine our future.
I chose to get involved because I have seen a lot of friends remain silent.
People want to be involved. They want to say in the world around them.
I chose to be a poll worker because I want to serve my country in some way or another.
This year, I am motivated to become a poll worker because ever since I was a little girl, my mother would ask me, what was your good deed of the day? And for once this year, I gotta tell her this was mine.
As a poll worker, it's been so exciting to share the excitement of the voters.
From an essential workforce to all of you, we have a message that your vote is essential and your participation in our democracy is essential.
It is so important for people to speak out and take action to about the things they care about. People power cannot be denied.
To me, one of the most hopeful things happening over the last few years is the ways people in rural communities are coming together to stand up for racial justice. We see it all the time.
But seeing people come together from all walks of life to make America what it claims to be, to make sure our voices are heard, it gives me hope.
You know, America's always been a melting pot. People from all over the world come to America in the hope of becoming citizens. And I must say to them, one of the greatest things that you have, one of the greatest rights you have as a citizen is the right to vote. And I'm pretty confident you're going to exercise it. But I really want you to get out and vote. Either party, either candidate. It's really, really important that you exercise this right. Change comes from the bottom up. When the people speak, the leaders listen. So for you new citizens, get to the polls, vote, feel great. It is, of course, an opportunity to be a citizen of the great United States of America.
Today I got the citizenship I was last in Bruce Springsteen.
Tomorrow I'm going to be a citizen.
I became an American citizen this year.
I just became a United States citizen.
Now that I'm a citizen, I get to exercise a right to vote.
I'm going to vote.
I had to register.
Registering to vote was amazing. I did it right after my naturalization ceremony.
I am originally from Belgium.
I'm originally from Brazil.
We're new citizens and we voted.
I dropped off my ballot a few days ago.
Filled out my ballot. I walked it down to the ballot box, and when I dropped it in, the amount of joy that I felt was amazing.
This was the first time that my voice mattered. My voice was heard.
I get to potentially affect change in this country and fight for my beliefs and my hopes for the future.
I just dropped my ballot off and it makes me feel like a whole person.
As a former stateless person, I know how valuable it is to be part of the election process and how many people will never get to participate in it.
The election back in Iraq was scary. For over 30 years, we had only one option to choose. Here in the United States, I was excited to go vote, because here I can participate in the change in this country.
Go out and vote.
Ve, vota.
Yes!
Yes! Vote!
This year, when I filled in my ballot, I voted for my children, for the survival of this beautiful planet, and for women and our empowerment. Each and every time I vote, I know that it is a privilege to exercise this fundamental right, that free and fair elections are the foundation of our democracy, and it truly needs the full participation of everyone. So vote, make your voice heard, and exercise your right.
Hello, my name is Jonesy Cobb. I am a sophomore at North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University, and I am 19 years old.
I finally got my ballot and my pen, and I was so excited. I already wrote a list of the people that I'm voting for, and I'm going to now cast my ballot for the first time.
It is monumental. I feel like I have made my ancestors and my family so proud in this moment. And to know that I have the opportunity to do it at an HBCU campus means the world to me.
Coming up, Condoleezza Rice and a rousing goodnight from Alicia Keys and Brandi Carlile.
Claro, se pierde en la arena y el mar. Estaré soñando yo, se ve tan tropical. El sol está que quema y quiero más. Le dije, baby, ¿qué pasó? Pa'l agua que hace calor. se pierde en la arena y el mar. Estaré soñando yo, se ve tan tropical. El sol está que quema y quiero más. Le dije, baby, ¿qué pasó? Al agua que hace calor. Ay, mata la liga, candela siempre domina. Una nena fina, estoy enferma y en mi medicina. Ven, bailame, como tú lo sabes hacer. Eres lo que busco, mujer, y contigo voy a enloquecer. Cara como color cielo, ella me conoce, sabe lo que quiero. Sale en el porche, por ahí échale. Pa'lante ella no tiene miedo, así que ven, bailame, como tú lo sabes hacer. Eres lo que busco, mujer, y contigo voy a enloquecer. Pierde en la arena y el mar. Estaré soñando yo, se ve tan tropical. El sol está que quema y quiero más. Le dije, baby, ¿qué pasó? Al agua que hace calor. Se pierde en la arena y el mar. Estaré soñando yo, se ve tan tropical. El sol está que quema y quiero más. Le dije, baby, ¿qué pasó? Al agua que hace calor. Ay, cuerpo natural no tiene compe. Donde llega ella siempre rompe. Prende algo que quiere quemar, dolores olvidar. Hoy quiere salir la calle, le rompe cuando sale si tú supieras. Ese booty no lo tiene cualquiera. Le puso zapatos sin la cartera. Santa pero es una fiera, ella tiene lo de ella, por nadie ella espera. Ha visitado toda la esfera y solo quiere que la quiera. Se pierde en la arena y el mar. Estaré soñando yo, se ve tan tropical. El sol está que quema y quiero más. Le dije, baby, ¿qué pasó? Para el agua que hace calor. Y se pierde en la arena y el mar. Estaré soñando yo, se ve tan tropical. El sol está que quema y quiero más. Le dije, baby, ¿qué pasó? Para el agua que hace calor. Yeah, Los amo mucho, el negrito es claro.
People are voting in historic numbers. And for many reasons, including COVID-19, close to half of the votes in this election are projected to be mail-in ballots. Some states won't even start counting those ballots until Election Day. So it's gonna take some time. As we wait for the votes to be counted, we must be patient. And if we don't have a result on election night, that's okay. Taking the time to ensure that votes are counted, that is what democracy looks like. That is a government by the people, for the people. With me is Tram Nguyen of the New Virginia Majority.
We must trust in our system, but also hold officials accountable. Over the last few weeks, thousands of people across the U.S. have called on each other to come together to use our voices and platforms responsibly, and it's working. We are so grateful for all the news organizations and technology platforms who have agreed to exercise patience and to respect the integrity of every vote. As we've seen tonight, music is a great unifier. Take a look at how Coldplay provided the tune and tone to meet this moment.
On globalcitizen.org, today we launched a petition for asking people in the American election and news organizations not to call the election till all the votes are in, all the votes are counted. Every vote counts, so count every vote. That's the whole thing.
People ask, why do I love voting so much? And I say, it's because it's democracy in progress.
I am super excited to guide voters as they come into my location.
The joy of voting is being able to participate in civil society.
To me, voting is all about showcasing the beauty of people from all over the world.
I founded Dance the Vote, using the performing arts to put the joy back into voting. People come to enjoy dancing and to register to vote.
One year, I was super bummed to find out that my polling place didn't have any stickers. I took matters into my own hands, bought a giant roll of stickers. Now, I send out stickers every day all around the country.
Celebrating the joy of voting is all about getting together a great voting team.
Lori's my voting partner.
I voted by mail. My mom was on my voting team, and we can't wait.
I'm here to encourage you to do the most important thing that a citizen of a democracy can do: vote. As a little girl growing up in the segregated South, I knew many stories of how hard it was for people to vote. I followed my parents into a voting booth for the first time. I talked to my uncle about why people voted, even though I didn't think it mattered. And he said they know that one day that vote matters. Your vote matters. And so take this great privilege. Vote. And remember, democracy is not a spectator sport.
What a beautiful night. And if you are as fired up as we are, then go ahead and text or call 3 of your friends and family members right now.
Help them with their voting plan. Make sure that they're registered. Check. In your state, it may not be too late.
And make sure they have their masks and a way to get to the polls safely. So let's do this.
Our actions right now will shape the direction of this country for generations to come. So do not sit this one out. Every vote counts.
I have a voice, started out as a whisper, turned into a scream, made a beautiful noise, shoulder to shoulder marching in the street. When you're all alone, it's a quiet break, but when you're band together, it's a choir of thunder and rain. Now we have a choice, 'cause I have a voice. I'm not living to die. Don't stand in a wasteland, look at me in the eye. Stop living a lie and stand up next to me. You gotta put one foot in front of the other, with a hand in a hand, holding on to each other. Go on and rejoice, 'cause you have a voice. It is loud, it is clear, it's stronger than your fear. It's believing you belong, it's for calling out the wrong. From the silence of my sisters to the violence of my brother, we can rage against the river, feel the pain of another. I have a voice, I have a voice, and I let it speak for the ones who aren't yet really free. It's killing me. No one is saying what we need to hear. I will not let silence win. Now when I see all the pain our people are in, there's no other choice, 'cause I have a voice. It is loud, it is clear, it is stronger than your fear. It's believing you belong, it's for calling out the wrong. From the mouths of our mothers to the lips of our daughters, we can dream like our brothers, speaking loud like our fathers. We can heal. Can you hear us? Can you hear us now? I have a voice, started out as a whisper, turned into a scream, made a beautiful noise, shoulder to shoulder marching in the street. When you're all alone, it's a quiet break, but when we stand together, it's a choir of thunder and rain. Now we have a choice, 'cause I have a voice. Now we have a choice, 'cause I have a voice. Now we have a choice. have a voice.